What's growing? Andrew, Fairweather Farm, and today we're talking about growing garlic. So here we have one bulb, and this one actually only has 3 cloves. So what you have to do is just break it apart, and the stem is just for the compost. And so each clove will be one plant. So this 3 clove bulb will give us 3 plants. Ours is a music variety, so it has anywhere from 3 to 6 cloves per bulb. And once you've separated out all of your cloves, you're going to be wanting to keep the biggest ones for your seed for next year so that hopefully over time your garlic gets bigger. And we have raised beds here on a sandy loam soil. It's important to have good drainage for your garlic, so site selection is important. And the raised beds will also help with the drainage. And then we have a little trowel with a marker. We're going to be planting them 4 to 6 inches. Right now we're mid-October, and you can do this up until the ground freezes, but you want to ideally do it 4 weeks to 6 weeks before the ground is frozen so that the garlic can establish roots. Ideally, the plant does not shoot out a green stem before the winter, but even if it does, it's not the end of the world. This is actually the earliest we've ever planted. And so when you have your garlic, make sure that the flat part of the bottom where the roots were goes down, because that's where the roots will come out. And the pointy tip pointing up, that's where the leaf will shoot out. We use a dibbler, so that gives us 3 rows with a 6-inch spacing on the row and between the row. And so I will just pick one of my holes. I will dig a hole 4 to 6 inches, place my seed into the hole, and I'll plant the whole bed. I'll rake it down, so we'll backfill this hole with the rake to put soil on top. And you can leave it like that. You can also choose to add a mulch of straw or even leaves. We actually don't use a mulch anymore because we found that it was bringing in weed seeds from off of the farm. And we will actually get a little bit of a natural mulching effect just from the leaves falling from the trees around us. And the other thing that you can do is you can add a layer of compost, which hopefully we'll have time to do. We can add like a 1/2 inch to an inch, maybe a 1/4 inch depending on time and materials. Layer of compost on the top of the soil. That'll give it a little bit of nutrition growing into next year. We did a test, and the bed that we grew with compost, the garlic bulbs were significantly larger than the other ones. The other thing to note for your garlic growing is that when the garlic does grow leaves in the spring and you get to the 2 to 3 leaf stage, about 2 to 4 inches tall, you want to give Actisol or some form of nitrogen for your plant to grow bigger. We use Actisol, and then we do a dose of 10 kilos per 100-foot bed at that stage of the plant growth, and ideally you come in and do some weeding. So with that being said, go ahead and grow yourself some garlic.